So the Bob Arum of the UK, Eddie Hearn, is out here selling people dreams again. And if you haven't heard, I'm pretty sure a lot of you already heard. He says if Jarrell Big Baby Miller looks impressive versus a former Deontay Wilder opponent who was very durable and took a beating from Wilder for 11 rounds, Johan Dunlaps, whatever his name is. Jarrell Miller will get Anthony Joshua in Brooklyn, New York sometime in August. We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Don't forget the links in the description, man. Don't forget about we got the podcast, and I'm trying to get to it, man. I made a lot of promises. I'm getting around to doing some exclusive material for there. Gotta get around to finishing the Patreon channel, page, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there for sure. But don't forget the Facebook link as well. If you want to inbox me, get in touch with me, I got you. It's just been a long day, so but we're gonna talk this boxing shit and clear the minds, But yeah, Eddie Hearn said, I guess, the Daniel Jacobs and the Sullick press conference, because Miller's fighting on the undercard, said he's gonna be looking to make Miller and Joshua if Miller looks impressive. And remember, he said, "Oh, Deontay Wilder at the Joseph Parker, you have to wait. You gonna have to wait at the Joseph Parker. We got you. We gonna fight you next." I told you the guys. I mean, Eddie Hearn, they have no intentions on fighting Deontay Wilder. They basically doing the Keith Thurman. They want to wait it out and see if Deontay loses. Remember, Keith said if Earl is the truth, he'll still be there when I'm ready. That's basically what Eddie and Anthony Joshua was doing. They didn't try to run up on Luis Ortiz and fight Ortiz. Ortiz bailed them out by having the failed drug test and being a repeat offender as well. But he was, WBC looked into a situation, said he didn't do anything dirty. And that's going to really, really prove when he fights Deontay Wilder, which we can get into that a little bit later. If he beats Wilder and he, tested clean, a lot of people going to look at him different and say, hey, maybe he was a clean fighter the whole time. Maybe he did have blood pressure issues and stuff of that nature. So it's a lot on line for Luis Ortiz and his legacy and his namesake. His own line versus Deontay Wilder, and we'll speak on that in another video coming up real soon. But, man, I don't believe what Eddie Hearn be saying. He don't know what he be saying. It's very, very subjective on what a good performance is by Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller can go out there and knock kid out with one punch. Well, he didn't go to full 12, and at the end of the day, bringing Anthony Joshua over to America kind of silences Deontay Wilder, critics. Okay, we just testing the water in America. We fought in America, like you said, like y'all suggested we did. We did that. We taking baby steps towards Deontay Wilder. We want to build our name up over here, and then by beating Miller, who's really in a name in America for real, but beating him, we kind of get our feet wet. We kind of see what the market is, what we can fill up in the arena, what numbers Anthony Joshua could pull, yada d, yada da. But the thing about it is, I believe Miller has a deal with HBO. So are y'all reading between the lines what I'm saying? Yeah, Anthony Joshua deals in Showtime is about to be up. The reason Eddie Hearn was able to go over there and get a deal for Danny Jacobs, the HBO, is because it's already a handshake agreement that Anthony Joshua is going to be an HBO fighter. UK HBO, they're going to do the same thing they did with Showtime. Showtime know they're losing Anthony Joshua to HBO. And everybody else knows it. Richard Schaefer knows it. He's the one that really broke the news on it. And he knows how Eddie Hearn moved. Eddie Hearn, he's a promoter. He's the Bob Arum of the UK. And, this is prerogative. I ain't mad at him. You do what's good for you. And Anthony Joshua's opening up so many doors for Eddie Hearn to look like he's a better promoter than what he actually is. And really much, Eddie Hearn better take care of Anthony Joshua his entire life, no matter what that guy needs. His kids better be all right, from the Hearn family. Because without Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn is nothing in the sport of boxing right now. He's nothing. But, I told you guys, you can't believe nothing. He said, remember he said Wilder was next. I did the video, and I thought about it after I did the video. Eddie said, yeah, we coming for Wilder next. And he's not coming for Wilder. They don't want Wilder. Basically, they want to get bailed out. And if Luis Ortiz beat Deontay Wilder, it's the ultimate bailout for Eddie Hearn. It's the ultimate bailout because Luis Ortiz is suspended for the WBA title. His excuse is going to be this. Well, you know what, man? We want to fight for all titles on the line. We want all the titles to be on the line. Luis Ortiz, he's suspended for a year by the WBA. Let him prove himself after a year, and we'll think about Luis Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? We want all the titles to be on the line. So that's the ultimate bailout trump card for Eddie Hearn and, Matchroom USA. Ultimate. A lot of people can't see it. They say, Charlo's ducking and Jacobs, and, this guy ducking Jacobs. At the end of the day, Anthony Joshua, he been protecting Anthony Joshua his whole career. He's going to protect an investment. He's going to protect Danny Jacobs until the money is right. He's going to protect Anthony Joshua until the money is right, or whatever it may be, to Wilder not there no more. And the numbers suggest in the heavyweight division how undisciplined Deontay Wilder is in the ring, and how he squares up and how he reaches. Somebody might not come out. So I would play my numbers on the odds of stringing Deontay Wilder out as well. Them odds, Joshua and Eddie odds are better than Keith Thurman odds, because Earl Spence ain't going nowhere, don't look like. The odds of Deontay Wilder losing or getting knocked out or getting embarrassed and his stock dropping is way more higher than a dude that's cut from a different cloth and a different pedigree of Pitbull and Earl Spence. And that's just facts. And, you go around, you can believe Eddie if you want to. It's all propaganda. It's all boastful talking. It's all talk to get the juices flowing, to get the people talking about Anthony Joshua, get the people talking about Matchroom USA. And Anthony Joshua is his ultimate trump card. I'm going to say it again. He really is. And without Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn's in the shithole. With Anthony Joshua, he kind of controls the whole board almost. He's able to get deals at HBO. He's able to get Danny Jacobs fights on HBO. He's able to co-promote Jarrell Miller and get him fights on HBO. I mean, at this point, HBO don't have a choice but to let Eddie do what he want to do over there, or work with him, because they don't have nothing. And man, Vince don't have nothing. Sullivan Barrera's on his last fight versus Demetrius Bivol. And the reason he passed up on a Kovalev fight, this time it said they were trying to make him sign his life away with extension to fight Kovalev. He chose Bivol. So after the Bivol fight, he's a free agent. And I don't think they're going to let him beat Bivol. He might get robbed on the scorecards. He get dropped every fight. So he down 2 points off rip, probably 4 points. Canelo Alvarez, Triple G's nearing the end. He turned 36 in April. Demetrius Andrade, I mean, he's a wild card. He's very talented. But, hey, no Bob Arum, no Al Hammond, Premier Boxing Champions, no Top Rank. I mean, they need Eddie. They're relying on Eddie. They don't want to work with Frank Warren. They don't want Billy Joe Saunders to get signed to an HBO deal. I don't know what's that. Maybe Billy's not, maybe he don't want to do it or whatever it may be. But Eddie Hearn controls the HBO board. And without Eddie Hearn, HBO would basically, be starving. And maybe, boxing, we talked about boxing could be discontinued. They sold, Time Warner sold HBO to AT&T. I keep saying that. That's why you see AT&T running those HBO for Life commercials on what they wireless network. So, HBO is kind of one foot in the door and one foot out. We thought definitely, they both feet in the door. But I think they coming back. I think they got a plan. But, they want to work with Al Hammond because they feel like they wasted a lot of money investing in some of his fighters. Like Andre Berto was one of the biggest waste investments they had. But, I don't believe nothing Eddie Hearn saying. If Miller looks good, then, I mean, I'm not mad at a Joshua Miller fight. I'm mad at the fact that they told Deontay Wilder he could be next. And at the end of the day, Wilder's going to face Dominic Breazeale. And we know Wilder is active. He like to fight 3 or 4 times a year, And, he don't mind that. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just something y'all going to have to wait on. And at the end of the day, people still turning on Deontay Wilder, acting like this is his fault. And he does play a part in it. I say why it could be his fault. And I won't fault people. He should have got Joseph Parker in the ring. They're close. They have a relationship. They talk. He told him how to beat beat Anthony Joshua, what he needed to do. They do talk. He should have got Joseph Parker in the ring. I understand he missed a vital WBC mandated drug test, random drug test. And I don't know what happened with that, and it cost a lot of money when you miss those drug tests. And, he said he just, forgot to update him where he was going to be at. And that kind of, killed the talks. He should have got Charles Martin in the ring. Even if he had to give Charles Martin every penny in his purse, even though he took a 0 to whatever purse versus Charles Martin, he had to do a negative. That's how important getting that belt was. Having 2 belts and then overpaying for Charles Martin, overpaying for Joseph Parker, in the grand scheme of things, it gave him leverage. He would have made that money back versus Anthony Joshua. He could have really got a 50-50 split at that end. He was just mismanaged wrong. He really was. How can Al Hammond feed Charles Martin over to Anthony Joshua, even though he did the right thing for Charles Martin, because there's more money fighting Anthony Joshua than Deontay Wilder. But at the end of the day, it's funny business. But